three things. Number one, academics, of course, they need to be able to do their work. Work skills is need to be focused. So when we talk about focus, you have a worksheet. When you have a worksheet that's about 10 pages or 5, depends on where they are. So we expect them to sit down, do your work, turn the page quickly, very quickly, turn the page with the next one, the page, the next one. Then we're done. It's then at the end it's graded by the graders who sit at the back there. So then they correct their mistakes every day before they leave. So that's a work skills, a focus and the attention of what they do. And number two, we expect them to be able to read the directions, instructions, because bottom line is self-learning. So the main goal of Kumon is to foster the mindset and skills of self-learning. So because if you know how to read directions, you'll be able to solve the problem. And the other one that's very important is the mental calculations. So you will be kind of amazed to see a student who has been in Kumon for maybe 6 months, something like that, and you see them doing simple additions. You're just amazed how they do it very quickly. So many students actually, when they join Kumon, when they do addition, they use finger counting, or they do side works. So at the end, we want to do this mental calculations. When you say 7 plus 5, you don't hesitate. You don't do anything, just 12. 13, just right there, quickly.
Just instantaneous.
Instant, so the memory right there. One of the books, I need to find the quotations in my books I read for Kumon, was saying that the brain, the physical, our physical growth reaches the full growth at teenagers, but the brain reaches its grown at kindergarten age. So the main goal of Kumon is basically to really push the brains to use it. So that's where the mental calculation comes in.
Got it. Okay. And I mean, it sounds very independent that the students are doing a lot of this work, just following the instructions and doing that. Is there though a instructional capacity to this? I mean, are there teachers kind of lecturing at any point, or is it mainly just they do the work that's in that packet?
Yeah, I see that. There's no blackboard, there's no computers.
Right. Yeah.
So my main goal for today's students are coming. For their instructional work. They come Mondays and Thursdays. So when they come, they pick up this package, and of course I have, as an instructor, I look at every work that the student is going to do that particular day. And I also prepare homework that they will do when they are not non-center days. Like they come today, they will pick up work for Friday, for Saturday and Sunday. So they bring that work completed, done on Monday. So they pick up another work. So my role as an instructor is to look at every work that the student's going to do. And then I look at what the student did in the past. And I see, okay, will this particular student will be able to go through this exercise alone without my intervention, based on what the student did last time. Of course, what I forgot to mention, the Kumon work is timed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a clock there.
Yeah, I see.
So they write the beginning time. When they finish, they write the end time.
Right.
And they need to complete it within what they call standard completion time.
What is the standard completion time?
Oh, that table, see that table there?
Yeah.
The blue table?
Yeah.
Is the standard completion time for every worksheet in a month.
Okay.
The yellow one is a standard completion for every worksheet.
So it varies.
In the reading.
It varies based on the activity.
It varies in the activities.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
So then I look at the student, how the student completed his work last time in the homework, and I say, okay, he should be able to do this one
Right.
independently.
Okay, so this is very individualized.
Yes.
This is very based on each student.
Self-learning.
Right.
They do different work where they see, if you find a student, 20 students here,
Yeah.
they'll be doing this different work.
Got it. Okay. So
Very-
yeah, this is very different from a traditional school day where
Very
everybody's getting the
traditional.
same thing, and it might take them longer or shorter depending on their skill level. Here, it's very specific to each kid.
Yeah, that's why actually my mentor, one of my mentors, Kumon Instructor, is an instructor in Shrewsbury. He gives amazing stories of students who come to his center, autistic, with IEP, and then because when they come, they took a placement test, so you know where they can start, where they can comfortably start. So they start from there, and then they move fast, and they reach the level of like school grade level in about a year or so. So coming back to the story, then I can find this student. This is a new concept for him today. So then when the student comes, I find time, arrange myself so that I go and observe that student. Stand next to him or sit next to him and say, okay, then watch the student, how that student is going to approach that new concept. If the student struggles, I give them a hint. If they don't, so I let them continue and finish. So that's how the self-learning comes in.
Got it.
So we emphasize really the main point when we talk about Kumon, self-learning is a key. Yeah.